Hi everyone, welcome back to Glow English Hub. This channel is for people who want to learn and improve their English through real conversations at work and in daily life. Today we're keeping it simple and practical. So, let's talk about food shopping. I was at the supermarket last weekend, and it reminded me how much my habits have changed over the years. I used to go almost every day after work, but now I plan more and shop once or twice a week.
That's interesting. I'm kind of the opposite. I still go several times a week because I like buying fresh food. What made you change your routine?
Mostly time and money. When I go every day, I end up buying things I don't really need. Snacks, drinks, random items. When I plan ahead, I stay more focused and spend less.
I get that. When I shop without a plan, I notice my bill is always higher. But don't you feel that planning takes extra time at home?
A little, yes, but I usually spend 10 minutes making a list. That saves me time in the store because I don't walk around as much. I also waste less food, which was a big problem before.
Food waste is a good point. I've thrown away vegetables too many times. Still, I like choosing food based on how I feel that day. If I plan too much, it feels restrictive.
I used to feel that way too. Now I plan basic meals, but I leave some space for flexibility. For example, I plan dinners but not lunches. That balance works for me.
That sounds reasonable. Do you usually shop at the same place or do you compare different stores?
Mostly the same supermarket near my apartment. It's convenient, and I know where everything is. Sometimes I go to a local market for fruit and vegetables because the quality is better.
I do that too. The prices at local markets can be lower, especially for seasonal produce. But supermarkets are better for packaged food and household items.
Exactly. Last month, I noticed I was almost out of basic things like rice and cooking oil. That pushed me to check my kitchen more often before shopping.
I've had that problem many times. I start cooking and then realize something is missing. It's frustrating, especially after a long workday.
That's why I keep a simple list on my phone. When I notice something is low, I add it right away. Then I don't forget it later.
I tried that, but I sometimes ignore the list once I'm in the store. The promotions catch my attention and suddenly I'm buying chocolate or frozen pizza.
Promotions are tempting. I try to look at them quickly and decide if they really fit my meals for the week. If not, I move on.
I admire that self-control. For me, shopping is also a way to relax. After work, walking through the store helps me switch off.
I understand that. For me, it's more like a task to finish quickly. I prefer to relax at home. That's probably why we shop differently.
True. Also, I live alone, so my shopping basket is smaller. If I were shopping for a family, I'd probably plan more carefully.
Shopping for more people definitely changes things. When my sister visits with her kids, my fridge is empty in 2 days. I have to prepare more and buy in larger amounts.
That's when buying bigger packs makes sense. But sometimes buying in large amounts can lead to waste if plans change.
That's fair. I once bought too much bread because it was cheaper in bulk. Half of it went bad. After that, I became more careful.
I had a similar experience with yogurt. It was a great deal, but I couldn't finish it in time. Saving money doesn't help if the food ends up in the trash.
Exactly. Now I think more about what I will realistically eat during the week. My work schedule matters a lot.
Same here. On busy weeks, I cook less and eat simpler meals. On quieter weeks, I enjoy trying new recipes.
Do you ever order groceries online or do you always go in person?
I started ordering online during a very busy period at work. It was convenient, but I missed choosing my own fresh food. Now I mix both.
I'm similar. Online shopping is great for heavy items, but for fruit and vegetables, I prefer to see them myself.
Some people say online shopping helps them control spending because they see the total amount clearly. Do you agree?
Partly. It does help me notice the total earlier, but I also find it easier to add extra items online. One click, and it's in the cart.
That's true. At least in a store, carrying items reminds you how much you're buying.
Exactly. That physical feeling makes a difference. It slows me down.
Let's talk about health for a moment. Have your food choices changed recently?
Yes, I've been trying to eat lighter meals. I'm paying more attention to ingredients and cooking more at home.
I'm doing the same. Eating out was convenient, but it became expensive and unhealthy over time.
Cooking at home also makes food shopping more intentional. When I know what I'll cook, I choose better ingredients.
I agree, but I still think it's okay to enjoy ready-made food sometimes. Not every meal needs to be perfect.
I agree with that. Balance is important. I just try not to rely on it too much.
One challenge for me is sticking to my budget. Prices have gone up, and I feel it every time I shop.
Same here. I compare prices more now and choose store brands more often. The quality is usually fine.
Yes, store brands can be surprisingly good. I used to avoid them, but now I buy them regularly.
Over time, small changes like that really add up. You don't notice it in one week, but after a few months, it helps.
Definitely. Also, cooking at home more often has improved my basic cooking skills. That's a nice side benefit.
That's true for me too. I feel more confident in the kitchen now than I did a few years ago.
If you had to give one piece of advice about food shopping, what would it be?
I'd say be realistic. Buy food that matches your schedule and your habits, not an ideal version of yourself.
That's good advice. I'd add that it's okay to change your routine. What worked last year might not work now.
Exactly. Food shopping isn't just about food, it's about time, energy, and lifestyle.
Before we finish, let's quickly go over a few expressions we use today, just to make them clearer in context.
Sure, when I said I pick up snacks without thinking, I was talking about buying small things quickly while shopping.
And when I mentioned being almost out of rice, I meant there was very little left at home.
I also talked about trying to cut down on buying snacks, meaning I'm making an effort to buy less of them.
When we discussed buying larger amounts for family visits, that was about getting extra supplies so you don't need to shop again soon.
And when you said it's hard to stick to a budget, you were talking about following your spending plan and not going over it.
Exactly. Thanks for listening to this conversation on Glow English Hub. We hope it helped you feel more comfortable with everyday English.
We'll be back soon with another practical topic. Until then, take care and enjoy your next food shopping trip.